guys, welcome back to our channel. It has been more than 6 months since we uploaded our video, and trust me, there was a good reason for it. So last 6 months it was the end of our graduation, so we were of course busy with our full-time thesis, but also we were both busy with our internships, part-time jobs, and at one point you just want to give up and not work on anything. And that was the reason we were not able to invest a lot of time into YouTube. I mean, of course we could have produced some videos or some content, but it would not have been a good quality content, and we didn't want to do that with our channel. But over the few months, we have seen constant growth, and the subscribers are going. We crossed 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for that. I cannot believe that this happened. It was so small when we started, and now it's slowly growing. Thank you so much for sticking with us for those past few months. And from here on out, of course, there are a lot of updates, and we are going to start with the video today. Alright, so during the final phase of our masters, of course, we were in a zone where we wanted to get a full-time job, because of course that is what we want to do after studies. Because we are here on our own funds, we did not wanted to have a month or a period where we are not earning anything. So we wanted to get a full-time job as soon as possible. And while we were in the process of getting a full-time job, oh my god, the amount of tips or amount of knowledge about the job market in Netherlands that we have gathered. So here I am sitting with you guys, reminiscing all those things, all the tips that I can give you, which will make your journey to find a full-time job in the Netherlands after graduation hopefully easy. So moving on to the very first point. Okay. So the first point I would like to tell you, the first tip is update your LinkedIn. No surprises there, of course, but here are some things that you should do to your LinkedIn profile. First, put a profile picture there. Put a good headline over there, especially what you want to do for a job. So for example, you can write something like looking for product owner opportunities, or software developer opportunities, or data science opportunities. And then you can also use the headline to showcase what you have studied in your masters. For example, business informatics student, artificial intelligence students, and also if you have some extras, you can also showcase there. For example, working as an intern at a big company, or currently graduating with honors or cum laude. So those things you can do for your headlines, because that is what makes it impressive. Add a bio. Please, please, please do that. Most of the times people leave the bio blank, so that doesn't help the recruiter understand what kind of a person you are, or what are your interests, and what exactly what you want to do in a job. So the bio, it helps represent you, or is kind of a first conversation that you have with the hiring person who is interested in your profile. Add the courses. So when I say courses, of course there are some courses that you do apart from the university, some certifications, but also add all the courses that you have done in your university. So for example, especially that is relevant to your job. So for example, what I studied was business informatics, and from my master's program, there are some courses which are catchy for my job. For example, I want to be a product owner. So courses that are catchy that I took were requirements engineering, business process management. So make sure to add these courses in your LinkedIn profile. So these are some things that you can do in your LinkedIn profile to make it look that it is complete, and a person understands who you are. Of course, you can add your skills. If you have, you can ask your friends, your professors, or if you have a past employer, to endorse you on those skills or give some recommendations, because that never hurts. And always put your profile on open to work section, because of course that is when you come under the radar of an HR. The second point is update your resume. Of course, this is the second point, and you are like, okay, Harshal, you're giving us the same tips that we all know, but listen to me here, and this is what helped me and Saurabh a lot. We both made 2 to 3 versions of our resume. So for example, there were several job profiles I was looking for. One was of course a product owner, the other I was looking for a business analyst, and the third I was looking for was a data scientist. So I had three versions of my profiles which highlighted what I did in my previous jobs in three different ways. So for example, whenever I was applying for a data science profile, I highlighted things in my resume like a lot of technical skills where I did a lot of coding in my previous organization. Also, a lot of technical assignments that I did inside in my university. So that was the resume version that I used for data science. Then for product owner roles, I used the resume which highlighted my stakeholder management skills or other management skills that I learned from the university itself or from my previous employers. So this way you will try to write down a lot of words that are or terminologies that are used for that particular job in your resume, and it will help the employer know you better and understand that you're actually a person who is right for the job and who is not maybe trying to get into it. Third point is make use of the career desk at the university and the career fairs at the university. So let's come to career desk first. So our university has it. I really believe that every university, at least in the Netherlands, has a career desk. Now what career desk does is you can schedule sessions with these people and you can ask them to go through your CVs, go through your motivation letters or your cover letters that you're designing for the job, or even your LinkedIn profile. So these career desks, they have some experts who sit there with you, understand your documents, and then tell you what you can improve in it, and this really helps. So I did this with my career desk. I went there with my resume, I showed it to them, and initially I thought, okay, wow, I do have a really nice resume, but eventually when they proofread it for me, they told me that, okay, this is good, so maybe you should highlight this part, and maybe you feel this is good, but it's not that relevant to the profile, so maybe don't talk about this for a paragraph, just for like a line or so. So please make use of career desk experts, because they are there to help you for free and they do know what they are talking about. The next thing is career fairs. Career fairs is mostly where representatives from companies, they come into your college, they talk to you about all the events or all the good things that they are doing in the company, and then they invite you to log into their portal and find jobs. Well, that doesn't mean that you have found a leeway into it, you have an entry point into a big company, but you make connections there. So there are always people in the career fairs from the company who are looking for employees, who are looking for graduates, and add them as quickly as you get to know them, add them quickly on your LinkedIn and immediately make a conversation with them. Start the conversation, don't be afraid of it, because you need the job, so you need to make the first move. And this really helps. The approach, making the first approach, it really helps and it will work for you in your favor. Again, I'm not saying that the first company representative that you speak to will hit the mark and it will help you, but it is surely a right step in the direction. So please make sure to add people on LinkedIn and don't be afraid to make the first conversation. Next point is log in to every site. I don't mean just LinkedIn or Indeed. There are so many different Dutch websites, Dutch job finding websites. It is painful, of course, because not every job description on every website is in English, but you need to do it. So make accounts ruthlessly. Of course, people, they do resist a bit from making accounts on different websites, but it's just something that you have to do. Just get over it, make an account and just do it. Alright, so this tip, it is kind of linked to the previous tip. So in the previous tip I said that make an account everywhere, and now what will happen to you as soon as you make a profile or an account is that you will start receiving promotional messages from those websites saying things like, okay, here are some similar jobs we found for you, or we have 32 new jobs for you, or 50 new jobs for you. Usually what we tend to do is we look at the subject of the email and we quickly delete it and it's out of the inbox, out of our mind. Don't do that. Most of the times in these promotional emails you will find a job description which is suitable for what you need, and I am speaking this from my experience. There are several jobs that I had applied to using these promotional messages where they suggested that okay, this is something which we found for you and maybe apply for this job, and yeah, maybe it will help you. It did help me in some scenarios, so yeah, please just go ahead and do that. The next place to find vacancies is recruitment agencies and company websites. Whenever you're applying a job on LinkedIn or any other website, you of course get to know the name of the company. Immediately go to the company's website. Trust me, you will find a lot more positions that are suitable to your needs. Don't forget, if you in the same company, if you're applying to two different kind of jobs, like of an analyst and then of a developer, try to upload two different resumes. Another thing is, whenever you have applied enough jobs, you will automatically be contacted by some recruitment agencies. So recruitment agencies is again a good pool of HR who knows what jobs are available, where they are available, and they will constantly suggest jobs to you. You can also find good recruiters on LinkedIn. All you have to do is, make the first connect, make the first approach, send messages if you have to, but be in touch with them, and that is where you find jobs. That is how you find jobs. The next and the last point is to apply. Apply. It will be 10 applications, 20 applications, 50 applications, but just keep at it. Get into the job market to experience it. Of course, it will start with some negativity. You will have some rejections, you will have some mails that always start with unfortunately and excuses like the job position is already closed. Sorry, we did not consider you because we found another profile that is fit for us. Or things where the interview went really well but you still didn't make it. Well, you just have to understand that it is a part of the process. There will be days when you're upset about things, when you will be disappointed about things. There will be a moment where you feel so underconfident, and it happened with me, it happened with Saurabh, and when you cross all those moments and when you finally get that job, there is no better happiness or there is no bigger joy than that. And I really hope that you get to feel that happiness, you get to feel that. So yeah, I do wish you all the best, and I really hope that you find a job that you want, that you love doing. So get at it, get into the job market and just kill it, guys. I know you can do it. Thank you for watching the video with me. That was all for today. Of course, we will be back next week or very soon, and we will have another new content for you. Thank you so much and see you next time. Bye.